This 26 Sports and CCTV High School Volleyball presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Cadillac. Dan Gussert along with Bill Dooley bringing you the action here. The Vikings just took game one, and we just got a little treat over there, Dan.
Yeah, you know, we always get to see once in a while in the Cadillac Crazies when you see a fitness coach here for Cadillac school system, Steve Meyer, come over and he kind of works them out. They do some stretches together as a group. I got to be honest with you, Steve used to get a little lower with some of those stretches 2, 3, 4 years ago. But you know, it's always very nice to see when you can see a staff member like that just kind of hanging out with the students like that, and I know they appreciate it.
They sure do. What'd you think of that first game then?
You know what? I think this is the third or fourth time we've done Cadillac volleyball together, Bill, and it's what we've kind of seen all year long. The Vikings, for whatever reason, have started slow, and pretty much every game we've seen throughout the middle scores, they just kind of inch their way ahead and find a way to finish.
Yeah.
I like the way they finished that game. Brooke Kahani with a strong finish to that one.
Mm-hmm. And you had mentioned earlier how their blocking and net play got better as the game went on too.
And I'm not knowledgeable enough in the strategy and the coaching of volleyball, but I wonder if those are slight adjustments that you see on the fly during the game by the coaching staff of the Vikings, or if it's just the players bearing down, or probably a little bit of both, Bill.
Right. And like I said, you know, Coach Brines, I'm sure there's a game within the game, and there's, like you said, always these little adjustments, and because Traverse City's probably trying to show them something a little bit different if possible. All right, so starting off with the serve. Trying to remember
Traverse City, I think, serves this one.
Vikings up front will have Brines, Kahani, and Liptak. And Mackenzie Hurley will serve it up for the Trojans. We're underway in game number 2. Here's a set to Brooke Kahani, tipped at the net and falls in for the kill. Good start for Brooke. Olivia Phoebing checks in for Traverse City Central.
Central only has 2 seniors, Bill. This is a team that next year.
Huge hit there off the ceiling. The Vikings get it back in. It's legal.
It's legal in volleyball. Double hit now, too.
Oh,
so
my
the Vikings
word.
Hit a major break.
Can you believe the save on that? That rocketed off the ceiling. I think there's a little dust trickling down to the floor.
You know, and like I was saying, with Traverse City having just 2 seniors, this is a team that, as the season progressed this year, these kids have got a lot more experience.
Yep.
They're not the same ball club early in the year that they are, and certainly into their playoff run. And next season, you would expect some pretty solid things out of them.
Oh, yeah. Renee Brines tries to drop one in short. Now Brines will set it out wide to Brown. Brown, there's a nice block there by 8 and 9, McCrary and Lord, but it just fell in for a point for the Vikings. It's 4-0. The serves are,
there's not a lot on them, but I got to believe there's a lot of movement.
Oh, beautiful block by Brooke.
Sometimes it's not the speed of that serve, it's the wobble to it that we can't see from up where we're at.
Yeah.
As we get that quick timeout.
Yes.
5-0 Vikings already. We want to let our folks know, Bill, that if you're watching and you are interested in ordering any DVDs of any of the stuff we've covered this year, whether that be just tonight's game or some box sets, if you want to call our station here at 26 Sports and CCTV, if you call 577-1844, they can direct you to that, or you can go right online to cctv-cadillac.org, and then you could also check out mynews26.com for information on all those kinds of DVDs, all those things you can do. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas with the snow we had there today.
I guess the UP's got some
I've heard standing
couple
snow
inches
on the ground in places.
Yep. And Gaylord yesterday had some, I don't know if it stuck, but it was coming down pretty hard according to one of the guys on the hockey
Stocking
team.
stuffer, a DVD of one of these volleyball matches or one of the football games might be a great stocking stuffer.
Yes, there's a huge hit there, and almost, it is still live. Nope, they're calling it down. Wow. That was close to pancaking it off the floor.
So the Crazies don't like the crowd. I don't see a lot of discussion from the Cadillac players about it. I think they knew it hit floor first.
McKenna with a good pass up to Bryans. Brooke Kahani.
Brooke did not get that one over.
Yep.
So it's a good timeout here by the Traverse City coaching staff as they've picked up 2 points in a row now.
And Mallory Kosh, the lefty, serving it up for Traverse City. Renee will set out to Macy, and Macy drills it down for a point. That's a missile. Maggie Neese checks in for the Vikings. And Brooke Kahani, number 10, will go back and serve. 6-2 Vikings here in game number 2. Floats it to the back row to Phoebe. Annie Hunt up to Grace Lord. The Vikings block it, and then nice play by Macy to push it back. She knew the defense was up.
She saw that all in front of her. She had great field of vision on that and made a wise play.
Big smile on her face and a smart play right there by...
She gets her smarts from her mom.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit from Matt?
Maybe a little.
Okay, all right. We're going to give him a little credit. 8-2 Vikings as Brooke Kahani will continue to serve. She puts it deep, and a very good serve. Chasing it down is Olivia, but that one's going to fall in for another point. Just got an update. Dodgers 4-1 over the Brewers there. Brewers, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
Trying to save it now. Has got to go over the net, and it does by Grace Lord. That's a good recovery. The Vikings get it blocked, and it's going to be Traverse City point.
Traverse City Cadillac ended up in the net. Good hustle by Traverse City pays off there.
Grace Lord is the one that saved that point. And she'll get rewarded with the serve. 9-3. Here comes the jump serve. McKenna with the pass to Renee. In the middle to Macy. Oh, what a dig there by Kosh. Vikings dig it up also. Push to the back corner, right where it should be. Right out of the reach of a diving Mallory Kosh. That was a good sequence on both teams.
That was a nice sequence. Good high school volleyball right there.
Some great saves on both teams. Now Brooke Lorenz, number 3. Out wide. Traverse City puts it back row. Brown again. That one was blocked. This time Chloe Comstock puts it back row. Coming up with the hit, and that'll fall in for the kill. That was Jordan Burnham, the junior, with a good play.
Yeah, Brooke Lorenz unable to control that one over the net.
Olivia Phoebe, the junior, drew a blank for your defensive specialist. Your libero, yes. Wow. 10-5 now. Traverse City trying to get back in this one. It's unusual. Cadillac is taking the lead early in the game. Usually they fall behind. There's a block off the hands of Traverse City, setting it up out wide. Huge wind up there by Goodwin, and they're going to get the point.
A little unforced error right there.
Yep. Did you see the extension on that wind up, Dan, by Goodwin?
Rotator cuff there.
Rhines will sit it out to Brown. This time she just taps it over. Nice dig there momentarily, but it falls in for another Viking point.
I was watching Jordan Burnham and Grace Lloyd tried to get around each other to get to that, and neither of them could do it. It's unfortunate.
Macy Brown serves it back row. Phoebing up to the front to Hurley. Hurley with a good placement.
It's good to see Brooke McKenna start to get to those kinds of things, coming off that pretty rough year she had last year with the ankles going on.
Right.
She's starting to cover so much more floor back there for the Vikings. Looks real good in her movement back there.
McKenna with the set to Renee. Renee with the back to Maggie. Good dig there by number 5. That's Anderson. McKenna's got that one.
Just what we talked about, Bill. She
Yeah.
got to that one.
Out wide to Mindertsma off the hands of the Vikings. Bryan sets it back for Brown, and Brown gets it. She willed it over the net.
Just enough force into that one for it to crawl over the net, and it's 12-7 Vikings.
That good top spin will do it.
Doesn't help my drives out, though, Bill.
No. Maggie Neese. Back row to Phoebing. That thing took off on her. Good play there by number 3, Jordan Burnham. And coming into the game is Annie Hunt, number 2, and she'll serve for the Trojans.
Our camera's up above here tonight. We just switched to one down on the floor, and that is Damian Brooks who brought you that serve.
Isn't it nice to get those close-ups like that?
Damian's our camera operator down on the floor.
Blocked.
And you get the view from above that you have right now, everybody. That's Autumn Rodriguez and Preston Sariano on those 2 cameras. They do a great job for us here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Heather Stilson in the truck, directing traffic as always. And Lindsay Laudy taking care of all the graphics, scoreboard update, all that stuff for you guys.
And meanwhile, Chloe Comstock has just got an ace for the Vikings. They extend their lead to 14-8. Short serve, diving for it is Phoebing, and into the net is Traverse City, so it'll be a point for the Vikings. Nice job by the Vikings, with mixing up their serves. And they're definitely part of the game plan. There's a great play by Anessa Liptek as she just rolled it along the net.
You got a good call there, Bill, with those 2 different serves that we just had from the Vikings. Making things just real tough on the defense there at Traverse City. Bill, why don't we mention our sponsors again tonight?
Okay.
We have Fox Motors of Cadillac, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, Cherryland Electric Cooperative, Just Trucks, and Cherry Capital RV. Our presenting sponsors, we've got Wolverine Power Cooperative, you've got Great Lakes Energy, and you have Munson Healthcare, Cadillac Hospital. If you're out and about and you get a chance to stop into any of those places, please just mention you got to watch a little volleyball here on 26 Sports, and that was made possible by their donations. So we certainly do appreciate what they do for us.
Yeah, and Dan, we also have something different tonight. We have 93.7 Radio, the ticket, covering the volleyball game. So they're giving it a shot at on some volleyball coverage. There's a long serve by Chloe Comstock.
Nice of that group to be here. Absolutely. Hope if you're riding in the car sometime you get a chance to catch that, as they do a lot of sporting events, not just volleyball here.
Macy Brown with a beautiful pass. Brooke Kahani has it blocked by Mindertsma. This time they're going to set it back to Mindertsma. Big swing off the hands and a nice kill for Marley Mindertsma, the senior. Now it is 16-10. The Vikings with the lead in game number 2. They won the first game 25-21. Pass up to Renee Brines. Anessa Liptek just unloaded on that shot.
Vikings stretch that lead again, now up to 7 points. Looking to take a 2-0 lead.
Left-hand serve by Renee Brines. Scrambling for it, but they're just going to take it. That was Mindertsma. Vikings try and push it into the middle. Quick set there and a beautiful play by number 8. That's Maggie McCrary again. She's had a good game.
That's the other thing about girls volleyball that just amazes me when you watch the timing of especially the quick sets.
Yes.
Early in the season to where they are now. Just so much better with that. You can definitely tell the girls from both squads have put in a lot of time in the gym practicing, Bill.
Oh, yeah. Now Maggie McCrary gets a block all by herself and puts it right back into the face of the Vikings. So she's really come alive and given her team a spark. Kosh with the serve. Brines is going to set it over to Brown. Brown, nice pass there by Annie Hunt. And Olivia Fiebing will put it back row. Quick set. Nice fake by the Vikings. Out wide, the Vikings block it, but it comes down on their side, right?
That was a good cross set there by the Vikings, but Traverse City had all the bases covered, if you will, and end up getting the point. And
it'll force a timeout from Coach Michelle Brines. That'll give us a chance to just let you know about our broadcast here. All of our sports are produced with the cooperation between Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, CCTV, and My News 26. Students run the cameras, they do the graphics, instant replay, and they're all supervised by a professional director on site. Like Dan said earlier, DVD, the money that's generated helps for equipment and for paying some of the salaries. So, if you can do that, that really helps out.
We did covered one of the Pine River football games this year, and I teach down there, so it's kind of fun to see former student of mine out doing the camera work on the field that night.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Absolutely, and it gives those kids in high school a chance to maybe try something that might lead to a career for them. So if you're out there and maybe you're thinking about maybe joining our staff for the winter sports season, take a hold of the people up at the Career Tech Center and they can get you what you need to do. And certainly if you're younger, it's a year or two down the road from you, hope you can join us.
And Dan, you were talking about, look at that shot there. Madison Goodwin with a cross-court crush. You were talking about the sponsors that stepped up for Pine River football. That was kind of nice, wasn't it? You said there was
several local businesses that stepped up for the Pine River game due to the way football home and away games were scheduled this year. 26 Sports Group here was only able to cover one Pine River game this season. And that's the thing. You don't know. It's hard to set those until schedules come out.
Right.
And, we cover 4 to 5 area schools, and if they're all away on the same weeks, that makes it kind of tough. Or home on the same week for us to get our stuff done.
Goodwin with the nice swing there. The Vikings try and push it over the net. They do. That was Macy Brown barely clearing the tape.
Right in between two players, and a little miscommunication right there. Vikings are up to 20 now.
Brooke Loren with the serve. That one's going to go into the net, so Brooke's going to get another point there. Good effort by Grace Lord diving for it. (21-14) Vikings with the lead in game 2. Now they take a little bit off that serve. Grace Lord with the back set and a good dig by McKenna Bryant. Macy Brown takes something off it. Good dig there by Fiebing. Hits the speaker, so they're just going to put it back row. Renee out to Macy. Blocked. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was number 8, Maggie McCrary, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, and Jordan Burnham was in the vicinity, but I think Maggie got it, and she has really come on strong this game. Olivia Fiebing, number 1. Low line shot. Nice pass to Brines. Chloe Comstock tips it over the net. Lord has it. Fiebing setting it up for Burnham. It goes through the hands, and what a try there by McKenna, but point goes to Traverse City. A lot of athleticism being shown on both sides, Dan.
Yeah, Brooke looked a little unsure of how to play that one. It's one of those ones that it's at that level where you don't know if you should play it underhand or your hands up, and as that ball's wobbling, coming to you with the spin that it has, it's hard to decide that.
And Maggie Neese just went straight down with that last kill. Macy Brown. Now here's the shot pushed over the net. And was it a
two
carry?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, 2 hit, double hit.
Mallory Kosh on the infraction there.
Vikings 2 points away from going up 2-0 in this Big North contest.
Pushed down. Point for Traverse City. Are they going to call it?
They call that a carry also.
Okay. It still was a pretty exciting. I mean, that she left the floor.
She covered a long way.
Oh yeah. Grace Lord in the middle this time, and that was drilled down by Goodwin. Brines tries to end it. It's still live. Great save by Kosh. And that one doesn't go over. It was Chloe Comstock. So the save over here by Kosh got him the point.
We got some substitutions coming in right now. We're seeing 7 and 5 check in for Traverse City. That's Marley Mendertsma and Macy Anderson.
And Macy is serving. She floats one to the back row. Renee Brines is going to set it back to Macy. Phoebing out wide to Burnham. Good pass by the Vikings, Brooke Lorenz. Lord with a quick set, and getting it in there is number 10, Mackenzie Hurley. This is kind of what Traverse City did last game. They kind of made a little run at the end.
Yeah. This game, they're a little bit further behind.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tall task to ask to come back from a 24-17 deficit to come back and tie it up at 24s.
Brines is going to put it back to Macy. Macy with the shot. Good dig there by Anderson. Brines will take this one. She finds the opening, and she ends the game 25-18. The Vikings take game 2, and Dan Gusser and I will be back in just a moment with action from game number 3. You're watching volleyball high school action on 26 Sports and CCTV.